Ophiuchus, huh? Seeker 13. Welcome to the Existential Shift. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with moi. Oh, Ophiuchus, Seeker. What bothers you, my love? 9 of Swords. So, I'm drawn suddenly to all the zodiac signs on the blanket of this happy person. Is it the pain of the world? Is it what the world is undergoing that is the cause of your pain? Maybe the shadow work took over. Maybe you went down the rabbit hole a step too far. Forgot to return to the land of the living. What is it in the darkness that draws you in so strongly? You do get somewhat of a kick out of it. I mean, there is so much knowledge in the darkness. There's a reason why this 9 of Swords has all the symbols of the zodiac signs of the astrological wheel on the blanket with the dissonance of the darkness. It's not truly a dissonance. Space holds the stars. The empty matter holds the frequency of the planets. And when you go into that dark space, you can tell yourself it's because you're in pain, and you are. But there's another thing you can tell yourself, or should I say admit to yourself. You like it. The adventurous spirit of the Sagittarius in you that wants to discover the truth, deep seeking, analyzing to the death aspect of the Scorpio in you come together and do Ophiuchus. And learn, experience, expand, indulge in the deep darkness. I mean, within this dark closet, there are skeletons of ancestors and of mythical creatures and of aliens and of the human species and of other species. And they tell you so much. But how can you admit that? I mean, whenever anyone is in that space, it's because they're sad, it's because they're depressed, it's because they're scared. You're there because you indulge in it, because you like it, because you love it, because you seek it and you find it and you enjoy it. Yeah. You indulge in the loneliness, in being the truth seeker. That wretched, poor soul and spirit that sacrifices itself for the sake of wisdom and knowledge. Yes, I'm being a little bit sarcastic and a little bit in awe at the same time. It's okay. In the shadow, we see the light. In the tunnel, we see the end of it. In the darkness, we find ourselves. Because there's nothing else to look at other than ourselves. How can you truly get to know yourself when there's so much noise of beautiful colors and vivid life? But when there's nothing, here I am. No masks to put on because no one is watching, no one can see in the darkness of me. is nothing here but me. In that space, you are everything. Out there, you're just a part of the scenery. And there are so many other things, possibly more interesting for others to see. But in that space, you are the planets and the suns and the stars and the light. And that's why your subconscious constantly drags you there. It wants to feel important. And that's okay. I'm not shading you. I'm just putting up a mirror in front of you. Because once you realize you do it because you want to, once you realize you choose it, once you realize you actually enjoy and relish in it, it no longer is your weakness and your sadness. It is your power. It is your superpower. It is your force. In the chaos, we find order, new order. So you constantly go to the chaotic space of your psyche to create the order that can fit you most. And that's okay. I need you to stop thinking that there's something wrong with you or that you're a victim, because then you can't truly work with all that power. You're already there in that space. Admit it to yourself. Realize that it's your choosing, it's your manifestation. And that is when you will no longer be sad, but actually kind of proud and happy and amazed at yourself and proud of yourself. And then the entire frequency and echo of your existence will change. So many colors will start sparkling out of you and out of your character. By admitting yourself that you love being in the shadows, you will find yourself in the light. Because the energy and frequency of self-acceptance, pride, love, sense of dignity, knowing that everything that is happening to you, everywhere that you're at, is your own choosing and of your own making. That is so empowering. It puts your frequency at that level of a life force, of creation. And just like that, like magic, you jump timelines. And start experiencing life from its joy, because joy will come to you. You are in a space of joy. Even when you're in a room of darkness, you're in a space of joy, the room will change. The colors will pop on the black canvas. And then all of a sudden, the painting is completely different. You are different. Everyone around you is different. How people treat you, how people see you, how people talk to you. When you were in the shadows because you were boo-hoo, poor you, they looked down at you. Oh, you poor thing. You lost animal. But when you're in the shadows because you're a wild beast that chooses to hide in the shadows because it's preying on its goals, it's lurking, it's watching, it's planning, it's waiting. And then it goes. Then there's an admiration. attraction. Je m'appelle Morgane, je suis une bête sauvage. Come on, Ophiuchus. Say it to yourself. My name is X and I am a wild beast. I don't mean disorganized, reckless, all over the place, can't figure out what I want type of wildness. No. Wild bling. Think of wild beasts, like real ones, like scary predators. Think of lions and tigers and panthers, and jaguars. How wild are they? And how focused and precise and patient are they? Let them fight. Let the world do what it does. You do you, but don't you tell yourself stories about why you do that. Admit that you enjoy it. That you purposefully don't want to belong and be a part of the crowd because you want to be special and unique and you want to lead. Don't play that fake modest game on me. I'm outside of the structure because no one will accept me. You don't want to be accepted. You want to be viewed as special. Because guess what, Ophi? You are special. But if you tell yourself it's because you are the victim, you will always be seen and addressed as the victim. If you tell yourself it's because you are special and unique and you have your own specific blueprint, that's how you'll be viewed as well. Fake modesty isn't modesty. Fake modesty is vanity. When I have Sagittarians or Ophiuchus seekers who come to me for private readings and start yattering about how poor they are and how everybody did this and did that to them, and I recognize the vanity in their voice of how special they believe they are, I don't mind that they think they're special. I mind that they hide it and lie about it and make it seem like I don't appreciate myself at all. Oh, you love yourself. You admire yourself. And that's okay. Why would you not? You are fire and water together, all mixed in alchemy, creating magic, explosions and destructions, life and death. E equals MC squared, energy and mass. If you move super fast, you are energy. If you move super slow, you are mass. An equation for creation. Einstein said it. I say it. Take it. What happens next? Eight of Swords in the reverse. Great. It means I kicked you in the butt strong enough to snap you out of this victim mentality of boo me. The swords aren't really blocking you. They're on your sides. And the rope is super, super mellow. All she has to do is be like, grab a sword and start swinging. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You're snapping out of that mindset of the perception that anything is holding you back. No one is holding you back but you because you want to. It served you well thus far. If you want to stay there, go for it. Keep doing that. If you're done moping, then be done with that as well. And get up. We go from 9 of Swords in the upright to 8 of Swords in the reverse. That's magic for you. Happy to be of service. You're welcome. To the Ace of Swords in the upright. See what I did in the past 14 minutes, 41 seconds? Beautiful, 1441. See what I did there? I was vain and obnoxious and grotesque, and I gave no fucks about how it will make me look in front of you. And it worked. Why? Because it was the truth. The truth works. This is freedom. Going from Nine of Swords to Ace of Swords is freedom. It's like, oh, all of this isn't my weakness, it's actually my strength. And that's it. That's all it requires. You don't need to do anything other than acknowledging that. As it happens, opportunities will strike from the universe. The universe will hear the clarity. It will see the open veil, like there's no more fog. It will recognize that you can deal with yourself and with your own sense of self and with your own specific, unique blueprint. And it will give you the crown. What crown? No, you don't get to walk around telling people what to do. No, that's not the type of crown I'm talking about. It's the crown of manifestation. Because from now on, you don't deny your freaking subconscious and your desires and what you truly, deeply feel for a fake sense of modesty. Bullshit. You are who you are fully. Your subconscious becomes your conscious. And the subconscious is the thing that manifests. I want money and love. That's not going to work if your subconscious says otherwise. If your subconscious says you want to be poor and alone because it makes you feel special, that's what you'll get. But if your subconscious realizes you were there in that space because there were things you needed to learn about humanity and about society to develop empathy and understanding and true knowing of the human condition, and now you got it, you've learned it. Now you can be out of it and work with it for yourself and for others and teach and do and say and whatnot. From experience, you walked the underworld. So you can preach now. Okay, mission accomplished. Thank you, universe. I'm done with moping. Got what I needed. Been there on purpose. Thank you for giving me exactly what I wanted. Now I'm ready for the next thing I want. Now I'm ready to learn and to preach then, to experience, then teach from the experience. Success. Connection. Being in the right place, in the right time, with the right people. Where things happen in serendipity and with ease and with pleasure. I'm ready for that now. Bring it on. And the universe will bring it on. Oh, the universe always brings it on. Like right now, I can act like all spiritual and sweet and be like, oh, the noise outside of the construction doesn't bother me at all because I'm spiritual and patient. No, fuck that. It annoys the shit out of me. I want to break their instruments. I want to go down there, break all their tools and tell them, excuse me, I'm talking to Ophiuchus. You're in the way. That's what I want to do. That's what anyone that is in front of the camera talking in the vortex and then suddenly noise comes up. Doesn't matter how much they take deep breath and try to do the I'm a spiritual teacher, I need to lead by example, I love this noise. Doesn't matter how hard they try or how hard they fake it or pretend it. Inside, they are raging. If you're a spiritual teacher, lead by example, connect to your emotion by allowing to show your emotions. Thus teaching people who follow you to follow their emotion and listen to their heart and accept themselves truly, fully, deeply for their true beauty of being the entire range of the human condition. And that range includes rage. I'm not going to actually go there and break their tools, although I want to, because I have self-control. I've learned to master control over my emotions, but that doesn't mean to not admit my emotion. I'm able to decipher when do I kick and when do I not. When do I kiss and when do I punch? But I always allow myself to first and foremost admit to myself how I feel. Show me more for Ophiuchus. Three of Pentacles. You're going to start building worlds and cooperate and express your creativity and make money. And look what we have here, how you use the darkness, and look what we have here, how you use the darkness. Still the same empty matter, the dark space of truth and infinity and occult wisdom and all that jazz. Here, a boar. Here, master of construction. See, if I was right now constructing a home or a building or something that I want to build, and I would be the one making that noise, I would know I'm annoying people, but I wouldn't care because I have my permits. It's reasonable hour, c'est la vie. It's not because I don't care that I'm annoying something or someone. It's because what can I do about it? Life has so many forces and energies happening at the same time. There's harmony and there's entropy, and it's just what it is. Sometimes you're on this side, sometimes you're on that side. At least it's not boring. Ace of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Wow, too many cards. So May will serve as a massive turning point. You will start using your energy and your power as you know it to build, to create, to cooperate. And you will do it by communicating your truth and your faith and your ideas. And because it's true and isn't BS that you just say because you think it will sound right. No, you say it because it is right. Then people will follow, build it, and they will come. They will want to work with you, Ophiuchus. Once you decide that you want to work with you, they will want to work with you. There's an idea of some sort, Seven of Cups, perhaps a dream, a fantasy that can become reality. You just need to get it moving. Actually put the physical, material, instrumental effort. Open your toolbox. What do you have there? What do you have in your toolbox, Ophiuchus? What knowledge, what skill, what ability? Now pick, decipher and pick. What are the tools, the skills that are necessary and needed for that specific cause? And pick just those for the time being. Yeah, you can do this and this and this and that, but you don't need to. You can let it rest. Right now, you need just the three skills and tools that are needed to build this Three of Pentacles. Just those. What are they? There will come a moment during this month that you will need to be focused and accurate. Not the wild beast allegedly that is like all over the place. That's not a wild beast. That's a mosquito. That's a fly bumping into windows. I'm everywhere. Sit down. The wild beast that knows all its aspects and chooses when to do what and how. What matches your goal? Bring that out. Eight of Pentacles. We go 9, 8, 7, and now back to an 8, but instead of 8 of Swords in the reverse, when we got freed of this 9 of Swords, now we have 8 of Pentacles. See, I told you to choose specifically the skill or the situation that needs energy and focus. And here he is, all these pentacles on the wall. Why does he have such perfect pentacles on the wall? Because every single pentacle, he puts perfect energy on it. Exactly what is needed. See the tools? They're accurate for the pentacle. Just the two specific ones that this pentacle needs to be the best pentacle. Right? You're building something specific. Put in the focus and the effort. This guy is the hardworking man that takes note of the details, that doesn't care how the process looks like. It doesn't need to be romantic or impressive. It just needs to be accurate. But this Eight of Pentacles, this type of behavior leads to the Nine of Pentacles, to the fulfillment, to the fruit, to the results. May you're working on something special and important for you. Queen of Cups. And it's exciting. And it's emotional. And it's fascinating for you. And you care about it. And there's an energy around you that is mystified by it. Or maybe you are mystified by them. There are some deep emotions still. But now this grief, she's holding an urn, you know. There's ashes there of a loved one that died. But now this grief, instead of drowning you, lifts you up. Because it's energy, it's so much energy. Oh my God, all this pain is so much energy. Are you going to let this energy drown you? Or are you going to take out your toolbox and build something with it? Use it. Queen of Cups she's the feminine master of emotion. From the space of her heart, she's irresistible. No one can resist the Queen of Cups. She's extremely sexual, hypnotic even. She goes into your mind and twists it, or inspires it and heals it, depending on, you know, the choice. But first, she has to be able to do it with herself, to herself. Before you learn how to help others transmute their pain into power and healing, you have to know how to do it with yourself first and foremost. If you can't deal with your own pain and transmute it into power yet, keep doing it. Keep doing the shadow work, and then try and heal others. Your healing powers are only as strong as your self-healing power. But here, something happens. Something happens this month, Ophi, Seeker 13. And you connect with yourself in ways you have not connected with yourself until now. You have not admitted to yourself what you are. Queen of Cups, she knows who she is and what she is. And she's shameless. Shameless. She dabbles with joy and grief like they were toys, and not because she doesn't feel them truly. Because she feels them truly. And instead of being ruled by them, she rules them. The truth shall set you free. It's not an exterior truth that will come to you, Ophiuchus. It's an inside truth. Be free with who you are, and that will set you free. Someone will want to work with you, or you will want to work with someone. Oh, Queen of Wands, speaking of. This might be two women cooperating beautifully. This is another witch. Two witches. Not bitches, just witches. Watch my Virgo. Not a bitch, a witch for me. One of my faves. And speaking of Ophiuchus being an alchemy of the water element and the fire element, of the scorpionic energy and the Saggy energy, here we have water and fire, the queen of water and the queen of fire, queen of cups and the queen of wands. This one has an urn, dabbles with the powers of death. This one has a black cat, a messenger to the underworld and to the other life experiences out there. They're in this world and they are in other worlds because they don't go to other worlds to escape of this world, because they don't fear this world. They enjoy this world, they master this world, they are a part of this world. That allows them to travel as opposed to being a drifter. What is a boat without an anchor? Two very interesting, beautiful energies. This could be a friendship. This could be a partnership, cooperation, work partnership. This could be a romance. Very, very intense, sexual, passionate, mind-blowing romance. Two women, two men, men and women, men and women? Sorry, man and a woman. Morgane, you're taking it too far. I'll take it as far as I want to. Ignore the gender. That's what I'm saying. Focus on the energy. But I like it. It's good. This could be two aspects of yourself that you're finally acknowledging and enjoying being both. Being intense and morbid and wise and deep, but also fun and lighthearted and flowing and charismatic and not taking things too seriously. It's being serious, but not taking yourself too seriously. Does that make sense? Oh, and the Page of Pentacles. There's more than two people. There might be three people. We do have the Three of Pentacles here, and three people within cooperation that you might be working with. Maybe you're hiring an assistant. Maybe you're getting hired as an assistant to someone that you really admire and love their work and enjoy learning from. Maybe there's an internship of some sort with people who truly inspire you and you enjoy learning from, and you're like, oh my God, there's some sort of a collaborative, creative collaboration. I'm sorry, a creative collaboration that you're really excited over. Three of Swords. And then sometimes the cards don't agree with me. No. Allow me to rephrase. There might be someone who has feelings for someone, but they can't be with them or something. Eight of Cups. That person is at a place that they are emotionally moving away from something, from their past. They're not ready. So if you find yourself having feelings towards someone that doesn't reciprocate or doesn't seem to, but there is a strong connection and you do feel like there should be or something like that. I'm not referring to people you admire through a screen but you don't really know. I don't talk about creep love. I'm sorry. Creep obsession. You can admire and love someone through the screen. I'm sorry, allow me to rephrase it. It doesn't mean you're a creep. It's not at all. I love people and admire people through the screen. Okay? But if you develop grandiose fantasies about them somehow also being in love with you, that's a problem. Okay? So I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to someone you actually know, collaborate with, work with, has an actual connection with, interaction with, one way, shape, or form, that isn't you paying them to do something. Okay? I mean like that. Okay? That person is moving away from a heartache and is still processing and dealing. So don't push, and be patient and focus on what it is that you are cooperating in regards to. Okay? Four of Swords in the reverse. That fell on the Queen of Wands. I feel like this Page of Pentacles has some sort of infatuation with this Queen of Wands. But this Queen of Wands might be infatuated with this Queen of Cups. Again, ignore the gender. It can be any gender. And it's like... this Queen of Wands is at a space where she just wants to be in that non-emotional sphere because she just wants to deal with whatever heartache she's dealing and work on it and process it and not go straight into something new. It's temporary. Okay, it's temporary. I'm going to do an animal spirit now. And then I'm going to continue this reading with focusing on the love partnership aspect of it. The extended is a double pentagram spread for you and your person of interest. You can find it on Vimeo and you can find it on Patreon. On Patreon, it's part of a monthly subscription that you can cancel anytime, but then you're a part of the X Shift. It's like a small community. And thank you to my patrons. You get all the unlimited streaming of all the extended, but also all karmic shifts and liberation, daily rune messages, and lunar love reading. I just posted for partners and singles for the full moon in Scorpio. So check it out if you want to. That's where you can also see this extended. But you can also get it on Vimeo separately if you just want this extended. All the links are below. I feel like more tarot. So before we go to the animal spirit, it will be a little longer. It's okay. One more card. And in the link below in the description box, you can also find Tarot Masterclass to learn tarot from me. All the information is there. There's 90 pre-recorded classes. And what else? What else? Social media, Instagram and Twitter, The Existential Shift. Yep. Oh, you want to book a session? theexistentialshift.as.me. Okay, enough of this. So, one more tarot, please, to finalize this reading for Ophiuchus from the tarot from May. I'm so happy that I asked for another card, the Magician. You can do it. Honest to God. Look at that. Look at this table. Look at how you started. And look at what's right here. The Magician masters all the elements. His skill set. He picks and chooses what to use and what to say and when and at what situation. He doesn't get confused by all his gifts and talents and end up doing nothing. 1, 2, 3 eights. Who else had 3 eights yesterday? Aquarius in the extended. There's a big change, a breaking out of the infinity loop from imprisonment to freedom of expression. See, I have this 3 of Swords here in the upright and then the 4 of Swords here in the reverse. You see the 3 swords above? And it's almost like choosing to be in the 3 of Swords, choosing to be a little bit in sadness, a little bit distant from the world, a little bit focused on the work as a form of healing and processing. And that's power. That's great. I feel like that's someone you might be dealing with, or it's someone feeling like that about you and will have to be patient towards you. Someone might really want to reach out to you and make connection with you and, you know, maybe ask you out or take you out or offer some sort of hangout. Maybe generally people are like reaching out to you and wanting to spend time with you and you're like, no, I need to take this time and space to do what I'm doing, to focus on what I'm focusing on. I'm deciphering. It's not that I don't want to hang out with you in general. It's just that right now I can't. There are the specific people I need to spend time with because I'm working on something. If I, spread all my energy, then I will lose the focus and I need to do one thing at a time. you do it. They'll understand. And if they don't understand, that they're not your tribe. Okay? That's one aspect of it as well. Either way, the magician knows how to use all his powers to create as opposed to be lost in it. And that's this entire reading, what it's about. Beautiful reading. I can't wait to look at your extended. But let's do animal spirit for Ophiuchus, please. / secret 13, intuitively guided. You don't have to be technically an Ophiuchus, meaning November 28th-ish to December 17th or December 18th. It could be my secret 13 that just connects to that energy, or intuitively guided. Goes for all the readings, all my readings, by the way. Okay, animal spirit for Ophiuchus, secret 13 for me. Wow, fire ants, okay. One more. Octopus. Ophiuchus, people are going to be drawn to you this month like a moth to a flame, and you will have to be very discerning and, you know, be very clear with your boundaries and not get overexcited or confused by it. You do not have to give all your time and energy to everyone who wants it. Whatever it is that is waking up inside your head and your mind and your ability. Basically, it's your powers that are waking up. So occultist power. Okay, you have more energy, more ability, more connection to source. You're more at ease with your power, and that draws people to you. And they will want to connect and touch. And you're going to have to be very reserving and cautious with your light and with your energy, and, you know, being clear-headed. Who do I want to work with right now? Who do I want to wait with it? Communicate it clearly, with kindness, of course, right? But clearly, and be aware of that. And once again, we have fire and water. There is also a connection that is telepathic. Those who you will choose to connect with and give your time and energy to, it will be a very strong connection, like very, again, telepathic, kind of, you know, reading each other's minds type of thing. One more animal spirit, please. I feel like one more for Ophiuchus. The horse. Yeah. Connect to your intuition and to your sense of freedom, where you enjoy being, where you want to be, not where you feel like you have to. Be super, super honest with yourself. And move with freedom. The horse totem has been coming up for me like so many times, so often. Like on my birthday, I hung out at a park. There were suddenly like sculptures of horses that were new there that I was really fascinated with. And then that day I found a huge picture of horses, which you saw in the background. Here, I'll show you. And it's like right after I've been looking for something to put on that wall for the longest time. And I was like, you know, going online, looking at websites, thinking, I didn't buy anything, I didn't decide on anything, and then it just came to me. So there's something about horses at this time that is really unique. It's nobility and freedom. It's the strongest earth expression in the animal spirit deck. You know, a very inner strong knowing. It's mutable earth, right? You can stand still 1 second, sand can stand still, and then it can just fly in the wind and completely disperse. It's earth that can fly. So that's the horse kind of thing, you know, like fly with your creation and with your stability. Only when you have an anchor, you can truly truly sail and not fall from the tip of the earth. Just giving analogies. Okay, guys, I love you very, very much. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Either way, press the bell button next to it for notifications. Check out other videos and check out your extended. I will see you there in a second. Mwah.